And all right, well, I think we're ready. So big waves out there, my friends. Big waves, big waves. That's the best part. I tell you, I'm a crazy person, but I look forward to that more than most things. So appreciate y'all being on here this morning. Happy. Is it really Friday? It is. Happy Friday. This has been a whirlwind recently. So always good to see everybody and good to have this like grounding moment when we get to like reconnect with all the people that we know and love. So thank you guys for tuning in here. I always love that. So this morning we're going to talk about transformation, and we have definitely talked about transformation before. It's kind of one of those words that gets requested all of the time. And I think it's because so many of us are looking for some kind of change in our life, right? Like we want to improve a little bit here, or we want to completely shift something else. But the definition is a thorough or dramatic change in form or appearance. And when I was looking into this, I found 3 quotes that I went, oh my gosh, that's the one, right? Like, oh my gosh, that's the one I have to share. Oh my gosh, that's one that like these people can't live without, right? The first one is change is inevitable, but transformation is by conscious choice. And, I think we've all seen that in our lives where we're going to have changes, right? Like every day something is going to change. I feel like in the last 2 years, we have had the gift of quite a few changes. But for us to be transformed by them, whether it's a bad transformation or a good one, is 100% up to us. So I love that. And then real transformation requires real honesty. If you want to move forward, you've got to get real with yourself. And I can tell you, this is something I've been so guilty of, where I might want some changes, right? Like, let's just say that I want my pants to fit a little bit better, right? That's the transformation that I'm looking for right now. But I don't want to look in the mirror at what behaviors I'm doing that is making them a little bit tight, right? Am I getting up and moving every day? Or am I sitting on the couch eating ice cream? I don't know. It could go either way, but I think one of those is going to help and one of those isn't. So, and then the last quote that I found was transformation is not a future event, it is a present activity. So this is something that if we want to make a change, we've got to make those changes right this moment. So what I'm going to talk about really quickly, and we've got Myra now, so I can stop sweating. And we've got Myra. You saw me move, and I was like, oh my goodness, I hope she said 2 wheels, but maybe one. I'm glad you made it. But how can we, as humans striving for more, how can we create a positive transformation in our lives? So that's what I'm going to talk about this morning. So and we talked actually about it this week. There's a book called Atomic Habits, and I read it for the first time last year. I've listened to it twice since then because it's that powerful of a book. And we actually gave away 2 copies this week. So if you don't have that book yet, grab it. But in the meantime, here's some tips that it talks about of what we can do to make a big transformation in our life. And according to that book, big transformation starts with the little tiny habits. So it's not that, tomorrow I'm going to wake up and run a marathon. It's that today I'm going to go walk a little bit farther than I did before, or I'm going to take the small steps to move me down that path. So how do we make those changes? First of all, identify and understand what you want to change, right? So take that time to kind of figure out what in the world is it that you are looking to change in your life. Second thing is rid your life of negativity. And that negativity can come from so many places. Sometimes it's, the people that live in our home, and they could be a little bit negative Nelly. Sometimes it's outside forces, like we're turning on the news first thing in the morning, or we're scrolling social media, not to look at the cute little cat pictures, but to read the different, quote news, right? We all know it's made up. Like every single one of us knows that the news that we're seeing there is made up, but we still read it because we're curious, or we think that there might be a grain of truth in there. I don't know why I get myself sucked into it, but turn off that negativity. Exercise more often. So number 3, move our bodies. That's never going to be a bad thing. 4, be kind to others, right? If you want to transform yourself, find somebody today. What does Coach say all the time? Find somebody today and make them glad that you showed up in their life. He says it a little bit better, but go find somebody to be kind to. 5, build a support network. So find those 5 people in your life that are going to help build you up, right? The people that are going to be honest with you. They're going to have those hard conversations with you if you need it, and they'll be there to support you when you need that as well. And then lastly, like we talked about, number 6, take baby steps. So don't try to change your whole world in one day. Start with a small habit and build on it, build on it, build on it, and that will create a transformation in your life. So thank you guys. Myra, the floor is yours, lady.
Okay, thank you. Awesome job, Andrea. And I apologize for being late, but let me just tell you something. I had to transform into wild woman this morning. We had all kinds of things happening at one time. So I apologize for my lateness. But I'm going to talk a little bit about, it's basically a lot of the same things Andrea said, but maybe just a little differently. Let me ask you this. When's the best time for us to start a personal transformation? I mean, let's think about this. Across the world, most all of us think that January 1st is the best time to start some kind of a transformation. But unfortunately, a lot of us, and when I say this, there's 3 fingers pointing at me. A lot of us get off track just in a couple of months. So let's forget about January 1 and let's just start today or whatever day. So basically, to have a personal transformation, it simply means that we will move from where we are today to a new place where we can become a better version of ourselves. First, we got to decide that we really, really want change. Second, you got to have that vision of what you feel like that transformation is going to look like. I'm going to give you just a few tips to help us on this journey of transformation. But just remember, these can help in whatever type of transformation you want, not just the health, but relationships or anything, business world, any type of transformation that you're seeking to improve in. First, make sure your why is strong enough to sustain you in challenging moments. That's hard to do, but you've got to make sure that your why you're wanting to transform is strong enough to sustain us when it gets tough and challenging. And like Andrea referred to, we got to take small steps. We got to set small goals that can be accomplished daily. Let me tell you, if we don't set small goals daily, there's a big chance that we're going to get frustrated in this process. And guess what? We fall off the wagon. We quit looking down the road and seeing ourselves that vision of being successful. So set those small goals to try to reach every single day. And then speaking of goals, make consistency your main goal. No consistency means no transformation. I mean, it's that simple. Celebrate the small wins, like Andrea had said, and stay focused on that daily consistency. Track, and this may be one of the most important things when you're talking about a transformation. Track and even share your goals and your progress with someone. That's just an accountability partner. Find somebody that can help you in that aspect. So in closing, just remember this. It's not what we intend to do that gets us to our goal. It's what we actually do that matters. So, transformation, it's tough in every aspect of our life. So just keep on keeping on, and I think that's the key to it. I love this saying my high school coach gave, and I've used it around some of y'all before. There's to it and add it and to it and add it again. If you don't get to it while you're at it, you'll never get to it again. So get to it and get at it and stay focused as you try to reach out for your transformation. Y'all have a great day. Love you.
Oh, that was a good one, Myra. I want you to repeat that like 5 times fast. I think that'd be pretty great. So
That was really good.
You should put that in the chat. That was wonderful.
See y'all this weekend. Have a great
Thank
night.
y'all.
Thank y'all. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.